proud of her that she'd stopped that.
Right.
And she just needs something to occupy her time, I think.
So she
and
works
she
very
forgot
hard.
about me. She forgot about me.
Tina's mother, Tammy, has been waiting backstage. Let's hear what your mother has to say about all this leaving you. First of all, my congratulations on your sobriety of how many years?
8.
8, good.
There's times it hasn't been easy.
It can't be easy listening to a 15-year-old describe her sex life. How do you feel about this?
Hurt, empty, afraid.
What are you afraid of?
I was about 2 weeks ago. I sat at the computer about midnight. Tina wasn't home, and I could see her laid out in a casket. And this is the way I know I'm not supposed to have to bury my daughter, but I keep feeling like this is going to happen.
Well, why do you think she does this?
Oh, at first, 3 years ago, I used to think it was just to pull my chains. But not anymore, because it's like she just does it because she thinks she's 15. She knows it all. She's ready to rule the world.
How'd you find out she was sexually active?
It was during an argument.
No.
It was one of the ones that had become physical. And she got mad at me and told me that you don't have to worry about buying 2 white dresses. I don't need one.
No, that's not happening. One night before, I told my little sister, and my little sister told my mom. And my mom comes busted up in my room and says, "Are you a virgin?" Turn around, no.
How old were you?
I mean, I told her, yeah, I was still a virgin. Then the next night she came in and asked me again, and I said, no.
How old were you?
I was 13. I lost my virginity on Christmas night on '93.
With whom? How did that happen?
Me and my friend, me and one of my best friends at that time were at her house, and she was supposed to lose her virginity to this guy down the street. And it didn't work out. She kind of chickened out, and I said, okay, I'll do it. And so we went into the bathroom and on the toilet. Got busy.
How long did this whole thing, how long did this whole thing take?
How long? She said we were in there 47 minutes.
Are you doing this for some kind of attention, or are you looking for some kind of love in your life? Because this is not the way. You can get help. This is not the way.
I don't do it for attention. I don't do it for love. I just like having sex. And if any of y'all don't like that, bite me. Okay?
We'll be right back. Tina? Why do you love sex, and why do you feel it's so important to have it at least once a day, but even more than that? Those are your words.
Sex to me is very enjoyable. It's something that I get great pleasure from. And for anybody that's ever had sex, they should know what I'm talking about.
Your mother told us that you actually bragged to her about being in a sexual threesome. Now, why is that something to brag about?
I didn't brag about it. I was telling her about an incident that happened because I went out one night on my 14th birthday, and I was hanging out with my friend, and this guy got both of us drunk because we were celebrating for my birthday. And the next morning, she told me she had had sex with him. And I was like, no, I had sex with him. And it ended up that both of us had sex with him.
Aha, you're 14, though.
No, I'm 15 now. I was 14.
You also told our producer, and again I quote, "One orgasm is not enough. I can have 5 and still want more. I'm just very lucky." Is that what you think a 15-year-old girl should be thinking about all day?
Well, not a lot of 15-year-old girls can say that they can have an orgasm, and until you can experience an orgasm.
Shh. Let her talk. Go ahead.
Until you can experience an orgasm, then I guess you really don't know what sex really feels like.
Okay.
Sex without an orgasm could be very boring.
Okay. I appreciate the lesson in sex. You know, I don't get many lessons in sex from 15-year-olds. It's always fun to come to work, Tina. Let me take a cue from you. Do you feel like people think you're trash? Do you feel that?
Do I feel?
Both of you, either of you,
No.
both Tinas.
No.
You don't feel trashy?
No.
Do you feel slutty?
Nope.
Nope.
Do you understand that there may be people who think you are?
I really don't care what anybody thinks about me.
Okay.
That's it.
Let's hear what
Because-
Tina's mother thinks about this. Christine, come on out.
I feel bad sitting in the middle of you guys.
What do you think, Mom, about what you've been hearing?
Let me tell you something. She was premature when she was born. I almost watched her die once. And AIDS is very real. She refuses to have an AIDS test. She's been very sexually active. And I don't want to watch her die again.
Are you using protection each and every time?
When I first started having sex, I didn't use protection. But now, since like the last 2 years, I've been using.
To have her say, let's bring her out. Sue, come on out. Sue, my producers tell me you're worn out. Are you worn out?
Yeah, I don't know what else to try.
What have you tried?
I've tried counseling. I've done everything with her. You set rules, regulations. She doesn't listen. You can't be with a child 24/7. And I've done everything. I mean, she's been into prostitution. She's had a gun put to her head.
It was kinky.
She's been.
What do you mean a gun? Wait. What do you mean a gun put to her head?
She was into prostitution, and one of the tricks put a loaded gun to her head to.
I thought it was kinky. I just enjoyed it more.
I mean, she was arrested by port authorities. I had her brought back home. I had her put in lockup with a $1,000 bail put on her so nobody could get her out but myself. She came home and became a stripper for a while. I mean, I've done everything.
What was so kinky about having a gun put to your head?
I don't know. I found it exciting.
Okay. How do you feel? Sue, you say that she's dropped out of school 3 times. She doesn't like to work. All she cares about is sex. How does that affect you? The girls have said, it's my life. It doesn't affect my mother. How does
It does affect us because we don't know if we're going to wake up the next day, find them dead, arrested. I mean, AIDS, you know, it does affect us.
That's what condoms are for.
Condoms doesn't stop everything. And I mean, when it's your kid, it may not make them think it's going to hurt them, but it does us because you look out for their welfare and you don't know what you're going to hear the next day. You don't know when you go to bed at night if they're going to be alive the next day. You don't know if it's all uphill. There's no answer.
Let me ask you a question. You said that you think Rebecca envies her 3 brothers because they can go out and have sex anytime they want.
She feels as if they can do it, then why can't she? Just because she's a female, she doesn't see there's anything wrong with her because they do it.
Do you think it's right if they do
I can
it?
do it.
I don't think it's right that they do it, but you can't. I mean, they're 20, 21. Her 2 older ones are, and it's you set rules, and she'll obviously she does it to break them, just to be, you know, defiant. I've told her she can't bring them home. She rents a motel room. I mean, she's working. I can't tell her how to spend her money. It goes to her. But I mean,
so she. If
You
you
can't
put
even
down
though
a
she's
rule,
under
she goes
18.
to the motel room. Do I understand that? If you
any
put-
kind of rule. I mean, I won't let her bring guys home, so her girlfriend and her, they share a motel room. They bring them to a motel room.
Wow.
You know, Sally,
That is really sad.
I just heard a comment out here. You can, well, until she's 18.
Who is in charge here? Dr. Peters, what's going on and what makes a young girl want to have sex with as many guys as possible, as often as possible? Is this an addiction?
I think it's an addiction, but not necessarily to sex itself. I'm not sure we have real sexaholics here. I think we have kids who have very poor self-concept, Sally. I think that's at the basis of it.
Well, not everybody feels that when they have low self-esteem that they're going to go out and have that much sex, male or female.
Well, I think these three girls, I've been watching the show up until now, and I think that they're very lazy. I think that they're very lazy in terms of, I haven't heard one thing about how do we do in school, do we do sports, are we involved in civic organizations? What I hear is, I've got a great body, I'm attractive, all three of you are beautiful, it's easy to have sex, it takes nothing. They're lazy kids, and it works, Sally. They get people telling them, you're beautiful, it feels good, you're terrific, you're a pro.
They're lazy is what you're saying?
I think so.
Much? You mean anybody can really be good at sex? You have enough of it, you do well, you
It
learn?
doesn't take a whole lot to do sex.
Doesn't
I'll tell you
take
that.
a whole lot.
Okay?
Well, that's a news flash. Tina, what do you think when Dr. Peter says it doesn't take? You say I'm good at it. She says that's no feat. Anybody can do it.
No, not everybody can go out there and do it. Okay. I mean, it's easy just to lay there, take me now. I don't think so. You gotta have practice at it. Am I right? You gotta have practice.
Not everyone can be as good as we are.
Not everybody can be as good as we are. Go ahead.
First of all, to all three ladies, especially two at the end, I appreciate if you wipe that grin off your face as I'm speaking to you, because I'm talking serious stuff here. Right? Your attitude about sex, without a doubt, is like playing with fire and Russian roulette. Let me tell you something. Your promiscuity is going to put you in the grave. Sex was intended to be that special, intimate event with that special someone that you love and marry or in a stable relationship. And then, and only then, hold on, young lady, hold on. Then and only then would it not just be sex, it would be called making love.